As a present short man bloke, I know how it feels to be short in the 21st century.
Why doesn't anyone like me? Everything is hopeless. I want to step away from the dating scene.
I experienced how my complete despair consumed my life, and I didn't realise that a guy like me could even live a life that wasn't obsessed with height and women. Here's how I fixed my mental health despite being small, and trust me, it wasn't bloody easy. This is gonna sound so fake deep, but the majority of my late teens was spent running away from the parts of me that made me feel the most insecure, being my height and my shaft, and I'm not talking about elevator shaft. Whenever I went out with my friends in 2021, I would place my camera somewhere and film us messing about to
Capture the moment.
but really it was always so I could see how tall I looked in comparison to them. I'm about 5'5", and this number dominated my brain for a year straight. When I used to work at my dad's factory, I would walk past the tape measures that were drilled to the tables and be like, fucking hell. Mate, all I could think about was the numbers. I wish I had this introspective and profound answer as to the reason I became such an insecure guy at 19 years old. But even now, I struggle to look back and pinpoint exactly what experiences made me grow up to feel like this. But nonetheless, I felt wrong, like I didn't belong in my own body. I ran from these insecurities by getting obsessed with the gym, semen retention, stuff like that. But every time I was around friends and strangers, I couldn't help but think, they all think I'm a midget, what do I do? And I won't lie, mate, I really started to feel hopeless. I felt sick at even the idea of talking to girls anymore because I hated my body. I hated who I was, and this took such a long time to get over. Most of 2021 was spent journaling about my height insecurity and going into the darkest parts of my mind to figure out how to overcome it. From my experience, it really was the journaling that brought everything to the surface. It wasn't comfortable, it wasn't fun. In fact, it was one of the most depressing times of my life. I'd go for walks with this little notebook and take notes whilst crying my eyes out. I remember writing things like, what are my biggest insecurities right now? I'm short. Why does this upset you? Because I might not be seen as attractive to the girl I want to go out with. Stuff like that. Really uncomfortable things that at 19 years old felt so odd to face. But after a few months of this journaling and walking, asking myself really difficult questions that led to lots of manly tears, alright? By the start of 2022, I felt so much better. It took a solid year of hating everything, but without doing this initial shit stuff, then I don't think I would have overcame it. These days, I don't even think about my height, mate. If I do, then it's only through observation, and I don't tell myself things like,
I'm 5'5", so all the girls will be against me.
piss off. I feel like there's a big online movement of black pill guys that keep telling themselves and others that life is over for short guys, because from my perspective as someone who could have easily been them, it's just the easy way out. By avoiding the painful, introspective work that would fix their pain and instead focusing on the women who reject them, it makes them feel better about themselves. And that's why I'm doing this video, because there's a guy like me out there, maybe you, who's feeling hopeless about his body and women. We're gonna do some work to fix that fella, alright? We're in this together. This is gonna be an action-oriented video for the rest of its duration, and it's reserved for those small fellas like me that aren't wusses and actually want to do something about their pain. I'm going to walk through a simple question I asked myself when I was 19 in my journal, and if you're serious about fixing your mind, then you'll grab a notebook and pen and take the first step.
But I don't have a notebook in my room.
You're a pussy. You have the notes app on your phone. You have the comment section. I'm on your side, Ryan. I sound pretty extreme right now, but you need some brotherly tough love to help get through this. I want you to start your note by writing this one question. Why am I insecure about my height? My answer would have been along the lines of 1. I don't feel adequate around girls. I feel small around them, alright? 2. Girls won't like me as much. 3. I feel inferior around my tall friends. The key is to write the things down that you're scared of admitting, because I promise that the moment it is on paper, you'll realise how absurd you sound. The reason my insecurity tortured me for so long was because I didn't openly write down what I was feeling. Not because of some woo-woo talk about our feelings bollocks, because I would have realised sooner how stupid my thoughts were. Question what you see on that paper. It's a relief to get it out of your mind, honestly. Really question the absurdity of the thoughts you're looking at on paper. You probably don't feel adequate around girls because your mental health is bad, you're young, and don't have anything to show for yourself. Height is one uncontrollable thing of many things that you can control. Yeah, some girls may not like short guys, but they would never have ended up being your future wife anyway, so who gives a fuck? The moment I confronted my feelings was the moment I started fixing my brain. And within a year, pretty much fixed myself, mate. Black pill is the easy way out. Don't be a dope. We're here to improve ourselves, bro. I don't want to see my short brothers go down a path of self-destruction for something that can be easily fixed after doing a difficult first step. Make your past and present self someone to thank, and keep chasing that best version of you 5 years in the future, bro. We've got this.